Hello, my name is Alicia Page, and I'm coming to you live from my home in regards to cultural syndromes, brain fog, and ghost sickness. But before I continue on with my slide presentation, I want to give you a brief definition about cultural syndromes. And as stated, it's recurrent, locally specific patterns of aberrant behaviors and troubling experience that may or may not be linked to a particular DSM-5 diagnostic category. Cultural syndromes are generally limited to specific societies or areas and indicate repetitive and troubling sets of experiences and observations. And I got that strictly off the book from Shirab and Levy. So the first cultural syndrome that I'm speaking about is brain fog. Pretty much I'm assuming brain fog is, and fog is an example or is short for fatigue. But looking at that name makes you really think, oh, should we even be saying this word or not? But as much, it's a mental illness that purports physical challenges of school, also known as brain tiredness. Brain fog is a condition experienced primarily by male high school students or university students. Brain fog is a cultural bound syndrome associated with study that affects 2 or 4 of every 10 secondary students in Nigeria. So pretty much what I gather from this particular culture syndrome is Nigerian males are afraid to study and internalize, or just that another word that we call is called brain force. Sometimes you forget or you overwork yourself and you don't have a clue what's going on in school. So that's my interpretation. And by you looking at my picture, it's saying that your brain is out of order. Sometimes that happens. We call it here in the States in America, what I call is like writer's block, or you just simply just burnt out. That's another name I would use as far as the definition of brain fog. Some of the central and peripheral symptoms of brain fog: central anxiety, depression, somatic disorders. Peripherals that I think that Nigerians and in the African culture are suffering with fatigue, head and neck pain, and sleep deprivation. So the next one I have of the culture syndrome is ghost sickness. Now this is one that was very difficult to really get deep into because it seems simple, but yet the definition was hard to come by even in the book. But the information I did find was a cultural bound syndrome prominent in Native Indians who has a preoccupation with death. Now I've watched many documentaries and stories about how people are preoccupied with death, but this is something that is new to me, and that is only I've heard only that experience in Native Americans, because I know they have a good connection with their spirits and their gods and how they communicate with their ancestors. So some of the central and peripheral syndromes of ghost sickness, again, anxiety, paranoia, and I think necrophilia. As somebody that's obsessed with death, I've seen movies. Again, I don't think I'll be anywhere near this person who is just obsessed with death. I love living, and I'd rather live than versus worrying about being obsessed with death. Peripheral, from the Native Indians' perspective, bad dreams, witchcraft, hallucinations, fatigue. When I think about this, I think about when growing up, when we were taught about sanctified churches versus spirit-filled churches. More the sanctified churches, the ones that used snakes and other remedies to heal your soul and to banish the devil out your system. So I'm not sure about what's going on with, ghost sickness or brain fog, but I do appreciate you taking the time and opportunity to listen to my presentation on cultural syndromes. If you want to listen to it any further or you want to talk more about it, feel free to hit me up on my email. But thank you and have a good day.